Hi guys, welcome to this video guide for Lost Victories. It's a game that I've been working on. It's on its pre-release or pre-alpha version, and I thought I'll make this video and send it out to a couple of people along with the game to maybe get some feedback on how it's going. So you can see you've just been spawned into the game scenario, and you can see the army that you belong to. You can see lots of different squads or groups of units. You can see a half track over here, and you can see there's a anti-tank gun or some artillery over there, some more over here. And what you see is that there'll be an equally sized enemy, an opposing army on the other side of this town that you see in front of you. They'll be trying to secure this town, and you have to secure this town. And the objective of the game is to capture the town. The controls of the game are very simple. You can select a unit by left-clicking on the unit that you want selected, and you can also select the units by left-clicking on the icons that are on the top right-hand side of your screen. You can see the selection circle being rendered. You can also select yourself by pressing the number 1 key, which goes back to selecting yourself. So here is you, your avatar, and you are the squad leader of this 4-man squad, 3 units plus yourself. You can see a nice shiny little uniform here, and you're holding a rifle as the rest of your squad members. You can see the rest of your army here, but they are not controlled by you. You are only in control of your single squad. So you can select your squad members, but you can't select anyone else in your army or your enemy's army, obviously. You can left click to select yourself and right click on any part of the terrain to travel to that location. You can also left click one of your squad members and right click on the map to travel to any part of the terrain. So even for yourself, you left click to select yourself, right click on the terrain. Same with your squad members, left click to select the member that you want to move, and then right click on the terrain to ask that member to travel to that part of the terrain. Now what you'll see is that your squad members by default are following you. So you can see this guy following you around, and that's the default action. What you can do is once you've selected the character and asked him to go somewhere else by right clicking on the map, he's no longer going to be following you. Now you can walk around in peace without anyone following you around. And if you decide that you want your squad to follow you again, you left click on the member and right click on yourself, and what you'll find is that the unit will start to follow you once again. So this is your avatar, and what you can do is you can also move around the map. You can also pan the camera to look around the map, and something that I have to do quite often while playing this game. To do that, you hold down the space bar, and now your mouse becomes a camera pan. So you move the mouse to pan the camera wherever you want to look. So the character will be traveling in one direction over here, and you can pan the camera around to see what else is happening around you. What you can see over here is the town that you're trying to capture. You can see the town has various kinds of buildings. You can see a church straight in front of you over here. You can see a little stable over here, some kind of school over here. Straight ahead you can also see a sort of a barn over here, and if you go further in front you can see to your right side there's a marketplace. And what we can see is all these other houses as well. Now the houses are a little bit special because the houses are owned by one side or the other, so they're either owned by you or the enemy. What you can do is if you go near a house, you can see that each house has a flagpole, and if you go around that flagpole you'll see your side flag being raised, which means that that house is now captured by you. And if you capture all the houses on this map, you win the game. So what you can see also is that there'll be enemies all around this town, and they'll be trying to capture houses as well. What you can do is ask your squad to cover you while you maybe do some more capturing, or you can ask the squad to capture some houses as well. You can right click and drag and ask the unit to go to a certain location and cover a certain direction. I'm going to do that with all of my squad. And you can see the squad deploying and shooting at enemies that approach, and you can see one of the squad members just got killed. You can see him shooting the enemy and the enemy dying as well. Now what you can see is on the bottom left hand side, you can see this little mini map. You can see that your rank is a cadet corporal, and you can also see the number of kills that you have. Now you can see the kills going up and down, and the kills are the number of units that you have killed as well as the number of units your squad members have killed. But if your squad member is killed as well, then the kills that he has earned is removed from your total. So in order to get the kill count up, you have to try and get some kills while trying to preserve the army that you're trying to preserve the squad that you have as well. What will happen is if you manage to get a kill, like you kill this unit over here, you get one kill, but you died as well. So there's a little rebirth time. So you get reborn again. But when you do get reborn, you lose all the kills that you have. And also, if you've been promoted, you lose the promotion as well. So you go back to being a lonely little corporal with the squad that you started off with. So you have 4 kills right now. And if I can get one more, then I can get a promotion. So what I'll do is I'll try and kill this guy over here. And voila, I've just been promoted. And you can see that I have a new uniform right here, which makes me now a lieutenant. And you can see now, once I get promoted, that I'll have access to other units as well. Awesome. Now I've just been promoted to a lieutenant because I've managed to get the 5 kills that I needed. And now you can see that I have a whole set of new units. And now the units that are under my control are other squads themselves. Now you can see that there's an MG squad over here that I can use. And I can also have a motor squad, which is over here. And I can now ask the entire squad to cover a certain direction, like over here. I can ask the MG team to cover the entire squad over here, for example. And what you'll see is that the team then comes over and deploys the motor. The other units, there's one operator of the motor, and the other units are also helping cover that area. You can see the MG team over here, they're going to do the same thing. The MG is going to be deployed, and they're covering a certain area as well. And now all of a sudden I'm working with teams of squads rather than working with individuals within my squad. Thought I'll show you a little battle phase here. And I'll ask the MG team to deploy in this direction. You can see the MG firing, the whole team is there. The motor team, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to ask him to deploy in this direction. Hopefully once you get pretty good at this game, you'll manage to get promoted to even higher ranks, or sometimes you could get reborn into a squad which has vehicles. You get to control vehicles, and there's 2 types of vehicles. One is a anti-tank gun that you see over here, and the other is a half-track that you can see over here. They operate much in the same way as other units, as in you can ask to select them and then right-click on the terrain and then drag to ask them to fire in a certain direction or ask them to cover in a certain direction if they see enemy that's in that area. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask this anti-tank gun. You can see him loading the gun and firing it over here, and you can see the explosions as the shell hits various units. He's going to keep firing until he basically has nothing else to shoot at. I've disabled the AI for now, that's why they're not shooting back. And the vehicle can do the same thing. And what you'll find is that these vehicles, while they're not really going to be affected by small arms fire, they're going to be operated by soldiers. And what you will find is that those soldiers can get killed by the small arm fire from infantry, and once the operator has been killed, the vehicle isn't going to fire anymore. So you can see my soldier, he just died, and now the operator, the machine gun isn't going to fire anymore. Same with the anti-tank gun. It wasn't, the operator was killed, and now it's not going to be operated anymore. But what the AI will do is, once it finds an unoperated machine gun or unoperated vehicle, what it'll do is it'll ask another unit to reman the vehicle, and then it'll start firing once again. Now there's 3 different ways that you can win this game. One is, like I said before, is to capture all of these houses, and if you capture every single house on the map, which are sort of most of them are close to the center and some of them are sort of scattered around, you will win the game. Also, what if you could do is, if you can kill every single member of the army, so you destroy the enemy army completely, every single unit, then you will win as well. The other way is a victory points win. You can see that on the top there's a victory point indicator, and these get taken away based on how much control you have over the houses. So if you have less control over the houses, then you lose victory points more than your enemy, and once you get to 0 victory points, you lose. That's it for this guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy playing this very pre-release version of this game. And I'm really looking forward to any feedback that you guys have. Hope to see you guys soon.